Hi everyone, it's Chenso from Reality Art Pod, here to talk about Week 8's Thursday live eviction episode of Big Brother 27. Last time on Big Brother, BB26's Angela dropped in to steal the show and the salami, and when Morgan won the veto and saved herself, Keanu nominated Ashley in her place, leaving Ashley, Mickey, and Vince on the block. Before I dive in, I put a link in the description to my playlist to catch up on my recaps. If you like the content, consider liking and subscribing. You can also use my link to try Paramount Plus for free. But let's dive into it, starting with our Thursday night tradition.
What's Julie wearing?
Ooh la la.
Exquisite!
Julie's little piggies are out, and she's ready for the 2001 American Music Awards, wearing a Canadian tuxedo, big jacket with way too many buttons down the front, and her jeans are cut off at the ankle because Julie's motto is, if the jeans ain't frayin', I ain't stayin'. I'll be prayin'. Lessie, my Bessie, get me in the Tessie. About to pull my Bible out and quote it, I said Godspeed. We pick back up where we left off. Ashley and Rachel are still popping off on Keanu. Rachel tells Ashley she did a great job telling Keanu he had Tarzan feet. Mickey's worried about a vote against Ashley, but at least she has Kelly's vote. She tries to get Morgan's vote too, but Morgan's definitely keeping Vince. Maybe she'll keep Mickey over Ashley. Keanu reveals to Ava that her allies were trying to get her on the block this week. Ava says, frankly, F this house. After finding out Keanu talked to Ava, Ashley and Rachel come for round 2 against Keanu. In the kitchen, Keanu accuses Rachel of lying, and Rachel starts screaming at Keanu that he's raising his voice, as Rachel is the one raising her voice. Ava says, frankly, everyone keep my name out of your mouths. Vince is annoyed that the swing vote Ava is getting dragged into this drama. Mickey continues her campaign on to Will, who's giving her emotional support, but no commitment of a vote, and to Ava, who tells us that Mickey's done way too much sketchy stuff to be trusted. Mickey's looking for reassurance from everyone, but when Vince asks her for her vote, she gives him the same runaround everyone's giving her. Mickey, Will, Ashley, and Rachel agree that Vince going would be a massive hit to the other side of the house, but Will, Ashley, and Rachel are torn between taking the shot and breaking up the judges' alliance. Which brings us to present day, the BB Blockbuster Forensic Frenzy. They need to catch flying balls in their chamber and put them in their tube in the order provided. If they mess up the order, they have to start over. The first player to fill their tube will win. They get started. Vince seems to have an early lead, but Mickey's storing balls in her top, which is a decent strategy. Ashley falls out of it. In the end, cheater, pumpkin eater, Vince finds his final pumpkin orange ball, winning the Blockbuster and celebrating in an assholic way that made me flip off my TV screen. Julie tells the house that Vince won. Morgan gives him a big meaty hug. Keanu also gives him a meaty hug. For a minute, I'm like, are they gonna kiss? Nobody's happier than Ava, who's cheering behind Mickey's back, then covers it up when Mickey turns around. We get to speeches. Ashley's is peppy and positive. Mickey says she's there with purpose on purpose. Okay. And they get to the votes. Vince votes for Ashley to leave, but everyone else votes to evict Mickey. When Julie reveals that by a vote of 6-1, Mickey's evicted, somehow she's shocked. When she leaves, Ava's ecstatic, and Morgan and Vince, of course, have a big hug. In her interview, Mickey explains that everyone made promises to keep her. She guesses that Morgan was the one vote to keep her, which is wrong. Julie reveals the judges' alliance to Mickey. Luckily, they didn't put Mickey's picture up there this time. Mickey thinks Morgan and Will are in the best spots in the game. In goodbye messages, Ava says, Mickey lies so much she could be Sleeping Beauty, and Morgan apologizes to Mickey and explains she had to get her out because Mickey was hurting her game. So we lose Mickey here, who was one of my frontrunners preseason, ranked 3rd, and in the beginning, she, Morgan, and Jimmy were in such a good spot in the game. Using her power was where it all went wrong. Stealing that HOH from Riley, she got a bad case of HOH-itis, and she randomly decided to turn on Jimmy, someone who I genuinely think would have never come for her, and had he still been there, would still be loyal to she, Morgan, and Rachel, and an asset against the other side. She blew up her game so bad that week, and was never really able to recover. She was on the outs ever since, never having any influence or being taken very seriously, despite thinking that she was in on so many alliances. I don't get how after being nominated and almost going home for 3 straight weeks, she would be shocked that she was voted out in this episode. Ultimately, she has potential socially and can win competitions, but has such bad reads in the game and has a delusional level of confidence that's both her strength and her weakness. I couldn't find it in me to support her after her mean behavior towards Jimmy. And isn't it rich that she didn't make the jury after talking about who she wants in the jury for 8 weeks? At least she has a genuine, one-of-a-kind, handmade, custom T-core hat. Following Mickey's eviction, Julie reveals to the house that they all made the jury. The checkpoint, they lose it. Julie is joined by BB superfan Lance Bass, who's either aging backwards naturally or fresh back from a trip to Turkey. Lance says it's taken him 25 years to get on this stage. I feel like Lance Bass is one phone call away from being on a BB cast. He's going to be on Unlocked, but who cares about that? The mastermind is back. He says he's unleashing the mastermind's month of mayhem. And the house guests will be checking into to the White Locust Resort where one player won't be checking out. Lance and Julie end with a bye bye bye. Well, that episode was very predictable, though I do like how the Blockbuster makes what normally would be very predictable a bit exciting. I'm so excited for the Mastermind's month of mayhem. Let's bounce some checks. Get these house guys out of there. Give Will his money so he can take his chocolate drop on vacation. But that's all I have to say about this episode. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the episode, Vince winning the Blockbuster, and Mickey's eviction, and who do you want to win HOH? Let's get an Ashley or a Will HOH. If you like this video, consider liking and subscribing. I'll be back later tonight with my week 8 player rankings, and Tuesday to recap the next Big Brother episode. Until next time, you know where to find me. Bye, bye, bye.